Welcome everybody, we are in the 10th TQ Open. This is the 10th week in a row we have hosted this tournament. Right now we have the quarterfinals, game number 2 between BBQPlox, who is the Protoss on the left, going up against Kyhol, who's a Terran in the top. I'm TQ Xander, I'm not alone, why don't you say hello?
Hey guys, this is Response, helping Xander cast PBT, go go go.
Yes, definitely. We actually seen a pretty good game to start off the series on Fighting Spirit. Where Kyhol basically just dominated. He just kept increasing his lead and played really solid game.
Yeah, he showed a really interesting opening there that first game, and really took advantage of how BBQPlox really played a little too safe, getting his expos up just too late. Just in general, that was kind of the flow of the whole game. He was just expanding too late, and Kyhol was expanding much more aggressively, and kind of just overwhelmed BBQPlox, or whatever his name is.
Yep. The problem is that right now, BBQ is making me so hungry, because I've been at my computer for a while now, and I'm just starving. And his name is BBQ, and I love barbecue.
Everybody loves barbecue.
This barbecue is glorious. Yeah. Alright, so now, okay, interestingly enough, do you think that, BBQ is going to do something vastly different from the last game?
Yeah, we're definitely going to be seeing a really different game than the first game. These are really close positions comparatively to where Fighting Spirit, all positions you get are pretty far away. So definitely going to be seeing at least we should be seeing a different style opening from both players here.
Yep, do you think we're going to have another attempt at a fastest ban by Kyhol, or do you think it's going to be straight aggression from both players?
It'll be interesting to see what Kyhol does. He'll kind of set the pace of the game depending on if he expands or if he pushes aggressively. And Protoss player is going to have to react accordingly depending on what the Terran decides to do.
Yeah. Alright, here's a question about the mindset of a best of 3. When you lose the first game of the best of 3, what is going through your mind about the second game?
Well, it kind of depends on how the game went. That type of game there where you just kind of get beaten, like there's no really excuse for it, you didn't make any mistakes really, it was just your opponent playing better. It can be a lot worse than, say, if he cheeses you, or if you just kind of get unlucky with how you micro your units and you make a micro mistake. Because those things are a lot more simpler to fix in the next game, rather than if you just get outplayed, it's kind of hard to pinpoint what even you can change.
Okay. So what do you think is going through BBQ's mind right now?
Well, it looks like he wants to do some early aggression with these zealots here. I'm not sure if that's necessarily the best choice, but we'll see how it goes here. Let's see what Kyhol's got. He's got 4 Marines. Yeah, he's doing the right thing here. He saw that he was chrono boosting zealots out, so instead of just getting that reactor after 1 or 2 Marines like he's been doing every other game, he gets it after 4 Marines. So he'll be able to deal with this pretty well. I mean, 4 zealots can beat 2 Marines, but if the Marines micro properly, it shouldn't be an issue here. And here comes a Stalker too, so this is going to be interesting.
Yeah, it's going to be a little...
Pulling up few SCVs off, he shouldn't, I mean, this really shouldn't be doing that much damage because of the fact that he did get 4 Marines out. That was really good reaction by Kyhol for scouting that.
Yeah, definitely. It's definitely a small adjustment that just saved him from taking so much damage. Because I believe that I was only able to watch the first game of Jinro versus MC in the GSL, but Jinro got taken out by something very similar to this right now.
Yeah, it was similar to this, but BBQPlox didn't really execute it properly. If you watch the Jinro versus MC game, the first game of that series, MC actually went with a 10 gateway build, so he was planning on pressuring that entire time. So his zealots were out a lot quicker than what BBQPlox's was. BBQPlox, I'm not sure if he did a 12 gate or a 14 gate, but it was much slower than what Jinro had to face at the GSL.
Okay. I also want to tell you that you actually have a game next. It seems that Energy Humble lost, so you're going to be going against who was it? Armin B
or something.
Yeah, Armin B. So that's going to be fun. I'll probably just continue just following you for that. It'll be cool to actually watch you in a best of 3 and see how just talk to you about your mindset directly within those games.
Yeah, I haven't gotten to play a best of 3
Yeah.
yet, so we'll see how it goes.
Yep. Right now we do have the bunker out for Kyhol as these guys are going to push in, so Kyle's basically going to be safe. He does have a siege tank out, so he really seems to be liking the siege tanks.
Yeah, this is really interesting by Kyhol. If you take a look at his base, he has 2 reactors with barracks and just this factory with siege tanks. So he's going for a really aggressive marine with no upgrades and tank build. Did he get siege mode? No, he did not. So it's just going to be strictly marines and tanks here. And this is probably just going to roll what BBQPlox has. He has decided to expo, and I think that's not going to be the right decision for him here.
Yeah, this is going to be close. And with the micro, it's going to happen with these marines. If Kyle can keep his tanks alive and targeting the stalkers, he could have this very easily.
Yeah, this is probably just going to roll BBQPlox here. I don't really with even decent micro, I don't see this not winning, but we'll see here.
Yeah, he's kiting everything. This is going to destroy BBQ.
Yeah, with the Marines, damage per second plus the tanks, really powerful attack and pretty good DPS themselves. I mean, this is just a really strong army. It's interesting, no upgrades at all. There's just tanks and Marines, 2 double reactored. So for the second game in a row, we see a really interesting build by Kyhol involving tanks.
Yeah.
And both games, he's really destroyed his opponent. So I really am liking what I'm seeing from Kyhol here.
Yeah, and I know that his TVP was actually lacking in relation to his other matchup. So to see this is really good, and it makes me feel just a lot better about just his play in general.
Yeah, he was definitely struggling with TVP for a while, but maybe he's just started practicing some different builds, and they seem to be working out for him so far. So see how he does in this tournament. He does scan BBQPlox's base and sees everything, so he knows exactly what's up. And he's probably feeling very comfortable here. Siege mode, has he started it? Yep, almost halfway done. This is a really good map for siege tanks because if you can get siege modes behind the cliff, there's nothing the Protoss can do really except unless he has like Colossus to defend his to defend his mineral line, I should say. So tanks can just hit straight from the below ground to the mineral line.
Yeah, that's very true. However, I don't think that Kyle's going to be expecting this Immortal and Zealot drop that's happening by BBQ.
Yeah, this is a nice little adjustment here by BBQPlox, but he lets the Marines see it.
Oh, why would you do that?
For whatever reason. But yeah, and Kyhol just automatically responds by moving his whole army back to his base now that he knows the warp prism's out on the field, and I think that's definitely the right decision. He's got this expo up. He's contained BBQPlox for long enough to where he's got his expo up and BBQPlox hasn't even started his yet. So he's feeling really good at this point. Siege mode already done. He's got 4 siege tanks, I should say, and a lot of Marines, 29 Marines here. No upgrades yet, getting those tech labs. Needs to get that stim pack and those combat shields, obviously, but Kyhol's still looking really good here.
Yeah, he's definitely in a very commanding lead. His Ghost Academy did just finish, so he'll even be able to get out some ghosts. So he's going to have EMPs, and he's in such a good position. I'm really impressed right now. And BBQPlox had a chance with this Warp Prism, but he took all the surprise away, didn't even go for it. And he hasn't even thrown down his Expo.